AT&T has been pretty clear that it's willing to look outside the U.S. for its next acquisition, and to many analysts, Vodafone seems to fit the bill. I'm here with Mark Stodden from Moody's to talk about what such a deal might look like and what it might do to AT&T's balance sheet. Now, Mark, you've written that AT&T could pay, as long as it pays less than $120 million for the equity, under some circumstances it could maintain its rating. Could you talk about those circumstances and what you would look for?
Sure, thanks, Chris. Because AT&T would be buying a company with relatively low leverage, we do believe they can incur some debt and maintain their current ratings and credit profile. But we think that the kind of upper limit to what they can pay for the target company is around 25% of a purchase price, somewhere below $120 billion.
Okay, and so you've presented a range of valuation estimates in your recent report. Can you talk about where you think a valuation for Vodafone might shake out?
We think that the current stub of Vodafone is in the 4.5 to 4.7 times enterprise value to EBITDA range, and so we think that around a 20% premium to the equity purchase price would be somewhere in the 5.5 times EBITDA range for total enterprise value, and that would put the equity purchase price around $115 billion.
Okay, so previously people thought that the Verizon purchase of Vodafone's minority stake in Verizon Wireless couldn't happen because it would just be too big, but we've seen that Verizon could finance that deal. So what do you think that says about AT&T's chances to pull something like this off, and do you think that there's appetite for it in the credit markets?
I do think that the Verizon experience makes this transaction a bit more likely, but I don't think that the Verizon deal and this deal would be similar from a credit perspective, in that the Verizon deal had no risks other than the financing risk, and that risk in the end turned out to be fairly small. In contrast, AT&T buying Vodafone would introduce a tremendous amount of new business risk to AT&T related to the European macroeconomic environment, the different regulatory structure over there, and the slower progress towards 4G in Europe. So AT&T would have to then attack those different business challenges, and so the two deals are somewhat different.
I see. Well, one thing that's pretty clear is that AT&T seems to want to hold on to its credit rating.
That's correct. They had made a commitment to a single A rating. We believe that they would sacrifice the rating for the right deal. We believe they're motivated by their equity returns, and we do believe that they could pursue a deal that would, at least temporarily, result in a downgrade. Now, depending upon how they respond, how they structure the deal, and then what they commit to following the deal, they could then either be upgraded again, or they could maintain the rating throughout that process. But that would be something we would evaluate in the final deal.
Okay, well, thanks very much, Mark. And I'm Chris Nolter from The Deal.